Nowadays, just like on PC, there are thousands of lost and scattered games, but when it comes to mobile, they're buried inside app stores and even outside of them. The truth is that the store will always show you the most profitable games, pushing aside countless other interesting titles. In this video, I'm going to show you 15 games that nobody tells you to play on your phone, so drop a like and come with me. Let's talk about the game with only 1,000 downloads on the Play Store. It's honestly impressive how good this game is. Let's talk about WYTHWOOD. The game focuses almost entirely on gathering ingredients and solving problems through witchcraft. You play as a mysterious old witch who lives in a house shaped like a cauldron. The story begins when she discovers she made a pact with a black goat. To fulfill it, she must collect the souls of 12 villains who are causing chaos across the kingdom. Unlike survival games where the main focus is not starving, in WYTHWOOD the focus is on research and crafting. You have an ability that allows you to analyze any creature or object to discover their weaknesses and the exact ingredients needed to defeat them. Watcher of Realms is a next-generation tower defense RPG with gacha elements, and it's honestly much better than it looks. Let's talk about it now.
It's time they
place your heroes on platforms or directly on the ground to stop hordes of monsters from reaching your base. You also need to choose which direction each hero is facing, as this directly defines their attack area. Each hero has a deployment cost. You must manage your energy carefully, deciding whether to place a tank right away or save resources to deploy a powerful mage later. The game is visually impressive, using detailed 3D models and motion capture animations. There are more than 100 heroes divided into factions, and each one fills a specific role, such as tanks or fighters. Watcher of Realms isn't a revolutionary tower defense game, but it executes the basics extremely well, and that's exactly what makes it great. Villagers and Heroes is one of the few MMORPGs that manages to deliver a complete and classic experience even on PC. Let's talk about it now.
Slay the trespasser! Our day draws ever near!
Unlike many games where the focus is only on killing monsters, here you follow two paths that complement each other. Exactly as the name suggests, you become a hero in the game, choosing classic classes like warrior, and you progress just like in a traditional MMORPG. But at the same time, the game also pushes you to be a regular villager. You can master fishing, mining, blacksmithing, cooking, tailoring, and much more. What you produce as a villager is essential for your hero's progression. One of the game's strongest points is the village system. You can live in villages with other real players, and each village has its own goals and purposes. The world is vast with hundreds of maps and exploration zones, and it perfectly fits the spirit of this video. I'm not really a fan of old school RPGs, but I recognize that a lot of people love them, and it's actually very hard to find one like this on mobile. Let's talk about VENDIR, Plague of Lies. The game takes place in the kingdom of VENDIR, a land devastated by cruel tyranny, poverty, and a plague that corrodes people's morale. The story follows a group of siblings who receive a message from their sick mother asking for help, which leads them on a journey to overthrow a despotic king. The game is well known for its dialogue system. Your decisions can change the outcome of certain quests and affect how the world reacts to you. Combat happens on a separate screen where you control a party of up to 4 characters. Positioning and the correct use of abilities are fundamental. This game has no autoplay and no hand-holding at all. It's simply brutal, from its combat to its resource management systems. Undead HORDE 2. Necropolis is the sequel to a popular game, and I highly recommend starting with this one because it's much better. Let's talk about it now.
Arise, my minions.
You take on the role of an undead king with a clear objective: rebuild the necropolis, your home that was destroyed by the living, and take revenge on humanity. The game is an addictive mix of action RPG, real-time strategy, RTS, and hack and slash. In the first game, you resurrected exactly what you killed. If you killed an archer, you raised an archer. In Undead HORDE 2, you can choose which unlocked unit you want to raise from the remains of any enemy. You can control up to 100 units on screen with more than 20 unique classes to choose from. Undead HORDE 2 is easily in the category of genius-level Android games. UMISONIA is an action-adventure game in the Metroidvania style with deep RPG elements, and it might be one of the most unknown Metroidvanias out there. Let's talk about it now. Like any good Metroidvania, the focus is on exploring an interconnected map. You'll find areas that can only be accessed after defeating certain bosses or acquiring specific abilities such as double jump or dashes. As you level up, you earn points to distribute between strength, agility, intelligence, and vitality, allowing you to create a specific build that fits your playstyle. The story revolves around the mission to restore the Great Tree and confront the followers of a villain named Evankel. The tone is epic fantasy with touches of mystery. Visually, I really like the game, and its combat is interesting, and surprisingly enough, the game is completely free. The The Bonfire 2 Uncharted Shores is a survival and colony management game, and it can even feel like a strategy game similar to an RTS. Let's talk about it now. The game stands out for being visually relaxing during the day, but extremely tense and dangerous at night. During the day, you focus on building and resource management. You must assign specific tasks to your villagers with everything clearly organized to help you evolve your main base. At night, the game completely changes its tone. Dangerous creatures and monsters attack your village, and you need well-equipped guards and lit bonfires to survive until dawn. The game offers a lot of freedom when it comes to city layout. Where you place your warehouses, houses, and defense towers directly impacts both your workers' efficiency and the village's safety against invasions. Spirit of the Island is an open-world life simulation and RPG, and it might be one of the most unknown games of this style on Android. Let's talk about it now. The game focuses on rebuilding an archipelago that used to be a tourist paradise but has now fallen into decay. You arrive on a distant island as part of a rite of passage into adulthood. Your mission is twofold. On one side, there's survival and farming. This is your home and you need to take care of your character. But the big difference here is that you must turn the island into a successful tourist destination. This involves building shops, museums, hotels, and attractions to attract visitors, generating the economy needed to explore other islands. The game is very rich in activities and offers a lot of freedom, from exploring the entire island to even combat, with a light RPG touch and many NPCs that help you during battles. Shogun Showdown is one of the most acclaimed indie games of 2024. It's not easy to explain exactly how the game works, but I'll try. Let's talk about it now. It's a brilliant mix of roguelike, turn-based strategy, and deck building, all presented in a minimalist and very charming Japanese pixel art style. Unlike other roguelikes where you attack frenetically, in Shogun Showdown, combat happens on a single horizontal line. Every step you take consumes a turn. You must choose which direction you're facing because your attacks only hit what's in front of you. The game clearly shows what enemies will do on the next turn. Your goal is to move out of the line of fire or interrupt their attacks. You can queue up to 3 attacks in advance, completely changing how a battle plays out. You will die a lot in this game until you learn how it works, but that's part of the experience. Released in early access in 2024, this game drew a lot of attention for its dark aesthetic and for being extremely punishing for a roguelite. Let's talk about Shadow of the Depth. The atmosphere is a grim medieval fantasy where the world is being consumed by monsters emerging from the abyss. You're not locked into just one playstyle, like currently the game features several unlockable characters, each with a completely unique gameplay approach. You start by playing as the warrior, but the game also offers the mage and the huntress, which completely change how the game feels. Unlike other hack and slash games, in Shadow of the Depth, the timing of your inputs really matters. From combos to even using your dash, choosing the right moment to press a button is crucial. There are more than 140 passive skills that you can combine during a run, creating unique synergies, but of course if you die you lose everything. The Relic Hunters franchise is one of the most successful and charismatic productions in the Brazilian game scene, a very well designed roguelite. Let's talk about it now. The game is a top-down looter shooter RPG. The main gameplay loop is simple and fast. Pick a mission, enter the stage, collect some loot, and return to the shop to upgrade your character. There are more than 44 different weapons to craft. You can customize the fire rate, projectile type, and add elemental effects like fire and ice, which are crucial for defeating enemies with specific weaknesses. You start with Jimmy, but you unlock other hunters over time. Each one has unique stats and abilities. It's that kind of simple roguelike that is extremely addictive and also very cute and stylish at the same time. Rainbow Six Siege is one of Ubisoft's most unexpected surprises. You could say it's a spin-off of the original game, but one that is completely different. Let's talk about it now. The game is now a top-down shooter roguelite where you control multiple characters. The name Samel, internet slang for something small and cute, already shows how different it is from the franchise's original realism. You play as a regular recruit. During missions, you can recruit famous operators who act as your companions, each one with their own iconic special ability. If your recruit dies, that's it, they're gone forever. You'll have to start a new run with a new recruit. However, you keep the permanent upgrades you purchased at the base. Staying true to the franchise's DNA, missions focus on extraction or capture, and you can also destroy everything that stands in your way. A 2D survival game with a very strong story, fully offline and largely unknown because of that. Let's talk about Our Last Way Out. The game takes place in the year 2045 in a world where humanity has been almost wiped out and Earth is now dominated by mutants. You play as a father on a dangerous journey to find and rescue his missing daughter among the ruins of civilization. The system allows you to create unique weapons by combining more than 80 different parts, resulting in equipment like flamethrowers or electric rifles. You must manage your base, grow food, set traps, and upgrade your workshops to survive the constant mutant hordes. The game offers more than 50 missions, which can vary a lot, ranging from zombie combat to even stealth-focused sections. Let's completely change perspective now and talk about an offline horror game with a surprisingly funny story. Let's talk about MOTH Lake. The game takes place in the fictional town of Moth Lake, a place that seems peaceful at first but has hidden terrible and supernatural secrets for generations. The story focuses on a group of 6 teenagers with complicated lives and personal trauma. The atmosphere strongly resembles Stranger Things with a light mix of IT, where kids come together to face a much greater evil. Unlike the typical jump scare focused horror games Android is used to, the gameplay here is centered on exploration and puzzles. Your choices change the relationships between characters and, more importantly, decide who lives and who dies. The fate of the group depends entirely on how you play, which gives the game a very high replay value, pushing you to replay it to see all the different endings. Mini Warriors Reborn is the successor to the classic Mini Warriors, a real-time strategy game with some RPG elements, and now let's talk about it. Unlike many RPGs where you control only 4 or 5 characters, in Mini Warriors Reborn you command an entire army. You have heroes who act as the leaders of these troops, ranging from mages to cavalry, for example. At the peak of the game, you can have dozens of heroes and hundreds of individual units fighting simultaneously on the screen, creating an organized visual chaos that is the franchise's trademark. Where you position your heroes on the battlefield is crucial. Placing cavalry on the flanks to surround the enemy or protecting your archers in the back line can decide the victory. There's also a rock, paper, scissors system. Archers are strong against infantry but vulnerable to cavalry, and so on. So if you're tired of playing the same games everyone talks about, these are hidden gems that truly deserve your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.